So the question was posed, what is my why? In order for me to answer that question, we have to go through the different stages of my life in search of my why. I like to call this stage going through the motions. My high school social life was extremely fun, but the school aspect, I did not like at all. It was boring and I hated school. Half the time I wasn't even in school. Simply put, I was only there because my mom made me. But she also made me fill out applications, and that was the only reason I went to college. This next stage is called figuring it out. I decided to major in business. My goal was to be a successful entrepreneur because I did not want to work for anybody. But in order for me to reach this point, I needed a lot more experience. So I earned my first major sales and marketing internship with 3M in St. Paul, Minnesota. I was one of 18 people selected for this amazing program. They placed all of us in various cities across the nation, and they put us in the field, and we had to sell. By the end of the summer, I was ranked second in my class in total sales. I was good at sales, but it wasn't something I was really passionate about. They even offered me a job after graduation, but I decided to go to grad school to buy myself more time to figure out what I really wanted to do. This next stage is called This Can't Be Life. I did the whole school thing. I completed graduate school, and I started working in corporate America. And this was not at all what I had hoped. I was depressed, I was in a cubicle, and I told myself every day that this is not the life I saw for myself. I love people, so my wife suggested that I become a teacher. This stage in my life is called finding my why. When I started teaching, this was the first time in my life where I was just happy. I woke up early, went to work early, and stayed late, and it didn't even feel like work. I discovered my passion, and I wanted to transform the way content was delivered to our students. I was inspired by the Google Office space, and I decided to transform my classroom into completely flexible seating. I wanted learning to be fun for my students, and I wanted them to enjoy coming to my classroom. This aids me in helping me build relationships with my students. My goal was, and it still is, to help my students find their passion at an early age so they can begin to pursue their dreams now. I want to be that teacher who I never had. This is why I'm so adamant about making all my lessons an experience. From taking my students on college tours, bringing them to once-in-a-lifetime sporting events, taking them on their first plane rides to New York City, promoting entrepreneurship and helping them create their own brands, and teaching them financial literacy and having them teach members of their own community. It is all because I want them to become exposed to as much as possible and become the best versions of themselves. This is my why, and I am grateful that I get to wake up every day excited about what the day holds.